I had to do that. We're a little on the stressed side today. We're not really stressed.
Angry, not stressed.
Angry is a good word. Yesterday we went into Vallarta and we went to go to Costco. And on the way back, we got pulled over by our lovely law enforcement people stating, "Why are you in Jalisco? Why are you coming back?" You know, it was crazy. So we explained, went to Costco, and they said, no. The states are closed. So you have to stay in your state. You have to buy from your state. It's a pain in the butt, but there's no Costco in Nayarit. So just stay where you are. So today, Christie's reading on Facebook and comes across this thing that says, starting on the 20th?
Yeah, which is Monday.
They're actually going to be saying what days we can drive. And this is going into June. So we're getting a little...
It's actually indefinite. There's no end date for this particular thing.
We're getting a little ticked off here.
A lot ticked off.
So as America is opening up, nobody has died of anything but COVID in the entire world since this has started.
No one's dying of natural causes
Nobody.
anymore.
Every single person who's dying is dying of COVID. So it must be stopped.
Now, don't get us wrong. We're not poo-pooing
No.
all of this.
No, it's foolish.
Just that the government is taking more and more control every time we turn around. And it's not just here.
Yeah,
it's other places.
Well, in Florida yesterday, they opened up a beach, and in 20 minutes, it was full. That's how much this pent-up demand is coming. And I think even the political establishment in America is realizing that they really need to open up this world. I think 600,000 Americans a year die from cancer, but you don't see a cancer report every single day on the internet. 160,000 diabetes, 250,000 from medical errors.
Can you tell we're a little frustrated?
The doctor's giving the advice, medical errors. So yeah, getting a little ticked off here. So you're going to probably be seeing more of us. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I am sorry. I'm so conflicted today. So,
a little worked up, maybe.
Happy Saturday. It's a great day to be alive.
It's still beautiful here.
But here is the thing. Everybody who is listening to this, someday it's going to be our day. So that's why live life to the fullest. If you're looking at a place in Mexico, move to Mexico. If you're looking at a place in Vegreville, dang it, get that place in Vegreville. Who wants a place in Vegreville?
People that like Easter eggs. That's a beautiful egg.
It is a beautiful egg. Who am I kidding?
My grandparents used to live in Vegreville, so I was there lots of time looking at the giant Easter egg.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to have to talk a little louder. I don't know. It's just you're so far away.
You say that every time.
That's
voice,
true.
And then you complain because my voice is too loud.
When her and another friend go out places, I don't look for them, I listen for them. And that's how I find them. It's true, and it's true.
It could be.
So, yeah, join the crowd, John. I spend most of my time rolling my eyes. Yes! So I'm trying to figure out how these things are actually going to stop anything. And there was just a research paper that was released yesterday in Santa Clara, California. They're saying that 50 to 80 times more people have had this than what they're estimating. So it's already in the wild and it's free. So everything now,
in the wild,
it's political. It is all political.
Sorry, I did it again.
She did this again. Every time. So, Allison, thank you for rolling your eyes with me. But not nearly as good as somebody who works with us rolls her eyes, because her eyes are so awesome. And when she rolls them, you can tell from across a football stadium, you can tell she's rolling her eyes.
We won't name any names, will we?
We won't. Good morning, Alvin and Allison. So it's all alphabetical today.
And Terry and Rosemary are watching. They just haven't commented, but they're watching.
Hello, Terry and Rosemary. Good day.
We get to spy on who's watching us.
So yeah, we're a little, So we've talked to some lawyers today just to find out, and You know, it's all real.
Yeah. So they are limiting the days that you can drive. Basically, for every vehicle, there's 2 days a week that you cannot drive. Shirley is a better eye roller. How did you know we were talking about Shirley, Allison? So basically, there's 2 days a week that you cannot drive your vehicles. Well, we have 2 vehicles, and they have different last numbers. But on one day, on Monday, we can't drive either of our vehicles. Then Saturday is one of them, and Sunday is one of them. So good morning, Rosemary. But I just spoke to a friend of ours who have 2 vehicles also, and theirs end in the same number. So there's 2 days a week where they can't drive at all.
Yeah. So Mondays will be our extra long coffee time.
That's right.
With water. Water. Would you have anything special in there today?
No, I should. I need it this morning. I should go get some. I have some in the fridge.
So we were told that if we want to get some alcohol and be able to...
I asked a friend, a lawyer friend,
Yeah.
if you think that, you know, in lieu of all of this, that maybe they're going to loosen up the alcohol restrictions in Nayarit, because nowhere in Nayarit, apparently, unless you know something I don't know, can you buy booze. So I asked this person, do you think they're going to lift them? And he said, no. What did you tap me for?
Because you were making noise there, flipping that thing. This is what I do, and you're gadgeting or whatever. I don't know what it is. So he's saying
To really calm people.
go to Costco and fill your truck up with booze. And then we'll sell it. I mean, that may be how we make money. We buy it for 400 pesos. We sell it for 800 pesos because we've got it. We don't really have it. The booze. Maybe we should buy all the booze. People were stocking up on toilet paper. That was just dumb.
Yeah.
Stocking up on booze, that just makes sense. Now, I don't really drink it, but it makes sense to me because it's a commodity that takes time to make. Toilet paper, just make it.
Liquor stores, yeah. In Alberta, liquor stores are essential services.
Yeah.
And Rosemary, you're saying,
Yes.
wouldn't it be better to drive only 2 days? I don't know. I in my opinion, because what they're saying, and this is open to translation, I'm sure, like everything else, every other law is in Mexico. My understanding is if there's 2 people in the car, one of them has to be sitting in the back seat. But it does not necessarily say how many people can be in the said vehicle. So you could we own a Suburban. We have legally seatbelts for 9 people. If we can only have one person in the front seat, which just doesn't make sense to me at all, we still have room for an additional 6 people. So to me, this is just, I don't understand. I guess that's the biggest thing is we're just not really getting it. It's not making sense, except they're testing the limits as to what we will put up with, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think that's it. I think that this is probably some kind of test.
And I'm not a conspiracy theory person, but you know, it just seems so, some of the rules and the reasonings that they're doing just don't really make sense. And yes, I know that they want people to social distance and all that kind of stuff. And I get that. Why increase the spread? But there's been a lot of studies on the masks that people are wearing. One, it makes your face itchy. So people are touching their faces more because of the masks. People wear gloves, then the gloves get filthy and they still touch things with the gloves thinking that it's cleaner. Wash your hands. It's a lot easier. Also, the virus, if there is virus, it will get stuck in that cloth unless you're buying these super duper expensive hazmat masks. I don't get it.
But first they were saying the masks that don't do anything. Then you have to wear a mask. And now, well, we're not really sure. Nobody knows anything. Mm-hmm. So, Rosemary, to answer your question, Costco is still selling booze. They're selling
we went yesterday and I bought some tequila, just in case. Yes.
Liquor stores open in Saskatchewan, excellent. Mm-hmm. In Alberta, excellent. In Nayarit, where we live, nothing.
But yeah, Rosemary, based on that article, it seems like there is no limit on how many people can be in your vehicle. So I don't know. It just right here. That's why things don't make sense. They just don't make sense.
No.
And I know I keep looking at myself.
Why?
I don't know. Bat is bad.
Well, I think she means because there's a theory that it is a bat that is the creator of this
There's
virus.
a lot of theories. And
There
then,
are a lot of theories. And here's the thing.
now, what are you hoorahing for? Oh, because Costco's selling booze?
The commies are not free-flowing with the information.
Did you hear about the driving resistant, you mean restrictions? Yeah, that's just what we were talking about, Sheila, is that whatever the number is on your license plates, that decides which days you cannot drive, or can, I guess, either way. But there's 2 days a week, each vehicle on the roof tied behind 6 feet apart. Hey, whatever it takes.
We have seen it in the back of the pickup trucks or whatever. You know, we've seen grandma sitting in the chair back there. So.
I'd test the theory, but we're visitors in this country. I mean, we have permanent residency cards, but I don't want to test the revocability of them.
I do. I do.
We own a corporation here, which helps us because we're both the owners of the corporation. But
You need to talk louder. You're like so far away. You're
can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Pretty sure
And
they
come a
can.
little closer too,
I don't
because
want to.
you're like leaning.
I know, because I'm tired. I'm tired of all this. This is just silly.
I woke up at 4:12 last night.
I'm gonna go get Bailey's in my cup. I'll be right back.
Went to bed at about midnight, and I could not go back to sleep for about 2 hours. Then woke up at 8 and was feeling actually very refreshed. And then Christie tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're not going to be able to drive when we want to." And we don't even go anywhere. It's just the idea of having it limited is crazy. Yeah, for sure. Don't want to get my car impounded. Yeah, we don't want to get your car impounded either. But yeah, they're being very strange at the border. Once they found out we went to Costco, then she's like, "You get off to the side right now. You need to talk to this guy who speaks English." Okay, in Mexico City, they have a program, yes. So the 1 day a week, so the first time we drove into Mexico, we had a license that was not allowed to drive that day. And as soon as we crossed in, the guy just pulls us over. So called our lawyer here. He's like, "Yeah, it's really not fair. They do a terrible job of advertising it." He says, "Just give them the money." And I think it was like 5,000 pesos. It was ridiculous. But he said, otherwise they're going to have to impound your vehicle. Then they have to take an inventory of everything. And the roof was full. It was crazy how much we had, because it was our 6-week road trip that we did in Mexico.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of comments. Fernanda and Colleen.
Yep. Yeah.
They're trying to restrict people's comings and goings. They want people, and I forget the number already. Someone told me just this morning, but what they're trying to do is keep the number of.
It's true.
Oh yeah, that's very true, Lori. What they're trying to do, obviously, is keep the number of COVID sicknesses, not necessarily just the deaths, but just people getting it in general. They want to keep it to a minimum. And if they can keep it under a certain number, they'll open us back up at the end of May. If not, it'll go into June. So that they're trying to, I guess, desperate times call for desperate measures in their opinion. And this is their desperate measures. And it may work. It may make people more sneaky and rebellious about it because they are being so confining and constricting. I don't know. I don't know how this will pan out in the end.
I want all
the
these
pandemic.
people, you know, when it's time to vote, I want everybody to remember. I can't vote. So
What's 5,000 pesos, Colleen? What do you mean? Is that the fine?
no, that was our fine in Mexico City.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I wasn't listening. It's certainly hard on our liberties, but the more the better to flatten the curve. It's a new world.
Yeah, here's the thing, Darcy. We're not flattening anything. If nobody's catching
Pastor
this,
Freddie.
we're not catching anything.
I think we need to post this one. This is my favorite.
And it's going to take 10 times, 20 times the amount of time.
I'm just going to leave this one on now.
Thank you. God bless you, Pastor Freddie. Yeah. None of this is making sense from a logical perspective, and even the epidemiologists now It's just people who are getting government money are the ones that are towing the party line.
I like this. They want to make it annoying to leave the house.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
And then, Kathy, I agree. It's a good time to start digging a hole for the pool.
Yes, I will start on that today. I won't really. But it would be a good time. But I don't think there's any way to get the government's approval. It takes about 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right. We won't be able to get permits until the offices open up again.
Yesterday, our driver's licenses expired.
Don't tell people.
And there's no way to get a new one. It's craziness. It is absolutely crazy. There's no way to mail in. There's no way.
You can't do it online. You can't do anything. So again, our lawyer friend is like, they can't fault you for not doing your driver's licenses if the offices are closed and you have no way to do it. But that does make me a little nervous. So, it makes me a little nervous about that.
And apparently the Ubers, you can't get them anymore. It's crazy.
Well, because that one person had contracted COVID, one of the drivers.
An Uber driver?
Yeah, that was one of our first cases here in the Bay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know what you're laughing at, Pastor Freddie. I'll be calling you to drive us around.
What? Golf courses are starting to open. That's incredible. If only they would open the beaches. Let's hope that they open up. If the beaches were open, I would be okay with all of this. It's just
only on the days that we're allowed to drive.
Yeah, it's just none of this is making sense.
Yeah.
And it's apparently you can't even bring your boats out there because you may catch the COVID. If you're by yourself and there's nobody around for 100, 200 meters, you may catch the COVID.
Yeah. I don't know, people. I just don't know.
Oh, I do know.
We're just ticked off.
Open up the beaches, Mexico. Open up the beaches.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to open them.
If they don't, then...
Because then people will come here from other areas. They're not going to open them.
Well, maybe they can stay in our bedroom.
And Lori, this is exactly why we do these chats every day. Because you guys are really good at this. It's exactly why we do these chats. And our coffee, our happy hours, I think we should do one tonight.
Really? Okay.
Well, we're not doing anything else.
Okay, we're going to do a happy hour tonight. It is going to be at 7 o'clock Bucerias time, 5 o'clock Alberta time, 6 o'clock BC time. We will do
you guys
for
can
1
figure it out.
to 2 hours.
Yeah.
If it says now is the time.
Yeah.
Come on, hit the link, come on by, say hello, have a drink, have water with some salt in it.
Sheila is no beer, no golf, and no sailing. Sheila's question is a good one. Apparently, do you have a number at the end of your plate or a letter? Because if you have a number at the end of your plate, then you still follow the guidelines that are posted. There's like, for instance, I know this because we have license plates that end in a 1 and a 2. So on Monday, we can't drive either of our cars. And then one of them on Saturday, we can't drive it. And one of them on Sunday, we can't drive it. But so Monday is the only day that we are totally not able to drive our vehicles. But then my son has a car and my friend down the street has a car and all of our numbers are different. So.
And Araceli, in answer to your question about we don't want to be like Spain or Italy, we can't be. Those are very old countries. Mexico is one of the youngest countries in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's old people who are immunocompromised. I'm immunocompromised. I'm not terrified about catching it, but I'm not worried about catching it. If I die, I die. Lived a good life.
Sheila, I'm going to say, because she says hers ends in a letter. It ends in a letter or starts in a letter. If it ends in a letter, because it's the last number on your plate, if it ends in a letter, my understanding is you can't drive it at all.
Yeah. And Leslie, as far as setting up Zoom, you just have to actually click it. You don't even have to install Zoom. You can open it in your web browser. There's a line there that says, hey, if you don't want to install Zoom, click this, opens up the web browser. You just open right into the...
So John and I will both post the code tonight, or the group name, or whatever we call it. Or can you do,
No, I'll just do the mex.me/Zoom.
And that'll take you to our Zoom meeting.
Yep.
And then we can just sit and chat. And it's fun. The nice thing about Zoom is you actually are seeing people's faces. So you're not just listening to us. Like, you guys are chatting, and this is really nice today because lots have been chatting. Lots of people have been chatting today. But with Zoom, you can talk. And we can see you, we can hear you, we can smile and wave and virtual hugs and...
Yeah, I haven't hugged anybody since we had our party on the roof a month.
Including
over
me.
A month ago.
I'm very lonely.
I do this with her a lot, like kind of... I rub her elbow, and we got a strange high five thing now.
We don't really. One thing, our son, Zach, who has our 2 little granddaughters, he found another scorpion in his house. Taylor got stung, bit, whatever they call it, about a month ago, and had a pretty violent reaction. She vomited a lot, which they say is common in kids. So they are going to spend the night tonight because they have to fumigate their house and make sure that there's no little critter crawlers. And that the scorpion thing really is not nice because it hurts my poor little baby.
Yeah, scorpions suck.
Leslie, in your answer, doing it on your phone. If you do it on your phone, you can only see the person speaking, and you have to swipe, or you can see a couple people. I can't remember how it is on your phone.
Yeah, and you don't have to show up with video. We prefer with video because then we can see you.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do video, it'll just have your name in the box, and you can talk.
Yeah. But it is better on a laptop or a tablet because you can see more people.
Yes, and on the computer, you can set it up. If you have the program, you can set it up to see, I think, 45 people, but they're really tiny.
Yeah,
unless you got a big monitor.
When we did it for our birthday the other night, for John's birthday, really, but he kept, every time someone would wish him a happy birthday, it was Christie's birthday yesterday.
Yes.
But we were able to see a whole bunch of people. I think we at one time had like 25 people or 20 some people on at the same time. And then we had people coming and going, which was nice. And don't think that you have to stay and chat the whole night, but you're more than welcome to, because we just sit and visit, and we'll probably do it here in the kitchen again.
Okay.
Unless you want to bring all your equipment up again.
No.
That was a lot of work, but it was nice upstairs. It was really nice, but we can do the chat down. Well, you'll find out where we do it. You'll either see this background or black. Actually, it's 7. The sun's too bright.
That's fine. Yeah.
Upstairs. Fine. Anyhow, Brandon in Kenya, how are the babies doing?
And thank you, Alvin. We are safe and healthy here.
Yeah,
we really are. We're doing everything, but it's just frustrating that we're doing everything because it's not making sense.
And maybe we're not good at having to stay home. It's so funny. John is a hermit. I mean, he's very outgoing and very chatty, but he loves to just be home quiet, where I tend to be more the person that wants to go out. Well, now I'm like, well, you know what? We probably shouldn't go out. Maybe we should just stay home. Oh, no, I got to do something. I got to go out. I got to do something.
It's true.
It's funny. True. It's hilarious, actually.
Yep. So I think... Is it
Araceli, I like yours. And then Lori, are you sure you want to see some of us?
We do. We really do. We really do.
And then,
because if you were here, we would have had a party or two already. We've got 1,500 square foot space upstairs for parties.
Yeah, we have a beautiful deck upstairs.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So,
the rant is over. The rant is over. I will say a rave would be this kind of stuff. The talks that we do. And I mean, some people tune in almost every day, and some people tune in and tune out pretty quick. And
good.
Our cocktail hour or happy hour, whatever you want to talk about, call it, they're fun. John and I are both, obviously, as you know, we're both fairly social people, and we like to talk to people, and we love to entertain, which is why we've done a kitchen like this and our upstairs deck, and eventually we'll have a pool area with a barbecue area downstairs, and
Yep.
that's just what we like to do. We really enjoy entertaining. We don't go out a ton, especially now.
Which is why we need to get a whole bunch of booze, because when the party happens, we will need a lot of booze.
All right, well, let's go back to Costco. We are the biggest extroverts. Thank you for calling us extroverts and not some of the other things people are calling us.
It is funny, Ryan, because I am a functional introvert. I truly am an introvert, but people think I'm an extrovert. But I just want to get the stuff done and get home and just be home.
And now he doesn't want to be home. I don't know if it's me.
I think it is Christie. I'm allergic to you and the horse across the street.
So I'm sweating. Holy Hannah.
Yeah, we have no fans on.
Yeah, it's warm. It's nice and warm again today.
So I think we are done for today.
Wow, all that venting. You're not going to let any of these people vent?
Actually, you guys vent. We are going to sit and chat for 5 minutes. What is driving you nuts right now? What is driving you crazy? Because just the fact that you talk about it actually gets it out there, and I think it relieves the stress. Because so many people right now are stressed, and it's just a strange thing. Because I drive through town, like when we went to Costco, and you see the roads yesterday were actually pretty busy.
Yeah, actually, surprisingly.
When you see how empty all the roads are and stuff, it's kind of like, you think, is this practice for the thing? But it's like, no, this is the thing.
Okay, so Smitty's asking what happened when we got lulled over, but then he corrected it.
No, but it was lulled.
Oh, it was lulled. So no, basically I was driving, John was in the front seat, and we had Taylor with us. And we had been at Costco, and so a lady cop, I'm not going to say that that's why, a lady cop pulled us over, or like they're not at first they're not pulling you over. No. They're kind of waving people through, but then they chose us, and all these other people are going through, and we're like, yes, because the last time we did it, we were there for 2.5 hours. And then they just waved us through after we showed our driver's licenses and said that we lived in Carrie misses her alone time.
That's what she's missing. We're so sorry, Carrie.
Yeah, so that first time they checked where we lived and we said what we were doing, and they were okay with that. So we just figured, it's going to happen today. So they're waving people through. We're like going to sail through. We were in the Suburban. I had my driver's window open, but the rest are tinted, not overly tinted like some people's car, right, Keith? But they're tinted. And so she stops us in the lane and asks what we were doing and where we're going. And I said, well, we live in Bucerias, and we own a house there, and we are going home. And then she said, what were you doing? I said, well, we were shopping at Costco. And then she turns around and she's like, Costco. And so then they waved me over off the road. And a guy that spoke English came up, because obviously they realized that talking to me in Spanish wasn't going to help much. And I was even pretending my Spanish was worse than normal, because sometimes it's just best when it's a situation like that you don't pretend you know what they're telling you, because what if they're telling you something and you're agreeing to it and you're totally wrong? So
it's like the terms and conditions. Never just click them. Read them.
Yeah. So anyway, so they pulled us over, and he's talking to us, and he says, well, why'd you go to Costco? Well, shop. They didn't ask what we bought.
No.
And then he says, he says, well, we don't want you shopping in Jalisco right now. We want you to stay local. And I said, but we don't have a Costco in Nayarit. I know that really sucks, but we want you to all to stay local. We don't want you coming across the border unless it's an emergency.
He was kind, but he was being kind in a governmental, authoritarian kind of way. So that's in a long story short. We've had other friends who just went through. Yesterday there was a restaurant owner after us that was at Costco, drove through, 2 ladies in the vehicle.
And friends of ours that went earlier in the day.
And
they went for ice cream, and you know who you are. And nothing.
And we didn't even stop at Dairy Queen, and we should have gotten a Blizzard.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of sweets thanks to Terry Lynn and her great baking.
Oh my gosh.
But
where are you going?
I wanted to see why the garbage truck is parked up front.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so.
Yeah, nobody's complaining. Nobody is sharing victories, overcoming something so momentous and incredible. I just am happy to make it through the day now. So, yeah. I checked out the stats for the MLS. Things are still moving here, man. We had, oh man, where is it? I have it in my phone. But I think we had like 11 or 12 closings in the last week.
Bailey doesn't like garbage men.
Like 14 or 11 new listings and I think 11 pendings. So that means that people signed paper this last week. Stuff is still moving. People still want their place in Mexico. The smart people do. So I think that people that are thinking that they're going to wait and, maybe some crash will happen, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be rough for a few months, but I think November, December, stuff will get back to normal again, and people will be happy.
Why she can't see other people's comments?
Oh, because you're here. This is going to 6 different places. So this is going to Elements. It's going to Mexico Life.
Yeah, so the comments are spread over a few sites.
Yes, we see them all. Because
we're not actually live on Facebook. We are live in a program called Live Studio.
Restream.
Live Studio Pro.
So we're on YouTube, on 2 YouTube channels and 4 Facebooks. So that's why you just happen to come through on the other one. Hello, Brenda. Excited to see you.
Rosemary said that she's in heaven after being alone, or to be alone after all the guests she's had. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. When we've had a busy season, it is, and we had a busy season, but all of a sudden it just went from 95 miles an hour to backwards, or at least 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, we're still going forward. It's just not at the speed of before. So, and Lori
asked what kind of dog we have. She's a Cocker Spaniel, and she is. Well, they told me she was a purebred, and I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, she was also born on Boxing Day. Every dog in Mexico is born on a holiday.
Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. So it doesn't matter what dog you buy. It's like, this dog was born on Mexican Independence Day. This dog was born on Christmas. This dog was born on Easter. No dog was just born on a day.
Yeah.
Only animals are born on holidays in Mexico.
Well, if they want to sell them for better prices.
If they want to sell them. Yeah.
So we have our little dog Bailey. She is
the only one left.
Going on 9 this winter, and
we used to have 4 dogs, and they've all gotten old and died.
The only thing I wish we had right at this point in time is a big dog that's scary, not just barky.
Yeah, it's fine. So our other dogs, one died from a poisonous toad, and he was 9. I loved that dog. That's Cappuccino. And the other 2 were the sisters, and they died when they were about 15 years old.
One from cancer, the other from a car. Someone hit her. Yeah. But she was deaf and blind. Shouldn't have been out on the street, but lots of times our workers would leave the gate open and they'd get out, and she loved it. She did love it. She was happiest when she was out on the street, seeing the other smelling the other dogs. She wasn't seeing them.
Okay. So our 5 minutes are up. We will be back on Monday morning, maybe for longer, because we can't drive anywhere.
That's right. Monday, it's all day, baby. You're going to listen to us all day. Just kidding. We can't talk. Well, we could talk all day, but we do have things to do.
So have a fantastic Saturday.
Thanks for joining in. Thanks for chatting with us, you guys. And we will see you tonight. Hopefully, if you guys can stop in tonight, we'll be
for the
virtual
happy hour or 2. All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye.